We never know.
We're live, but who knows?
We are live.
Oh,
At least
here we go.
this fancy software is telling us that we are live from 9 seconds. And welcome everyone in the episode 92 of umbraCoffee. And we are joined today by Rasmus, straight from Sweden, and Impera, one of the organizers of Umbraco Sweden Festival, right? Hi, Rasmus. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing just fine. It's Friday, which is absolutely wonderful. Quite looking forward to opening a bottle of wine when I get home, unwinding from all the stress from the festival.
I think we're all glad it's Friday. I think I saw Lottie yesterday saying, I honestly thought it was Thursday. It was Friday yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I literally couldn't notice that it's already Friday because it was so busy and so fast week for me that, but I'm glad we are all here because it's always a great checkpoint on the map of the whole week, and we can just, as you've Rasmus said, continue on diving into the weekend. And Callum, where are you today?
I am continuing my tour.
Yeah.
And actually, this is sort of the official start of my tour. I'm in the Netherlands today, and yesterday I spoke at the Global AI Night at Microsoft in Amsterdam, and today I'm actually in a town called Amersfoort, where I'll be having a barbecue later, the final Umbraco barbecue of the year.
Yeah, and right now all of the everyone in the Umbraco community is jealous and hungry because we've seen a lot of insights from this barbecue. And you've met some Umbraco community members yesterday, right? Hank?
Yeah. So Henk, who's a Umbraco MVP, one of the organizers of Doekfest, he organizes the Global AI Night too. So he was hosting at Microsoft in Netherlands, and maybe we take this opportunity to say congrats to Henk because he's just taken a job at Microsoft too.
Yeah, we have more friends in Microsoft now, and congrats, Henk, and all the best in the new role.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about festivals later, definitely, as we are all here. But maybe let's start from something else, because this week we had some new Umbraco releases. On Tuesday, Umbraco released version 7.15.3 and also 8.1.4. And unfortunately and unintended, also Umbraco released it with a major change, which was breaking some models builder generated models. And I don't know what was the exact path, but I found it on Stefan's blog first, and then Umbraco also released a note and information how to place a workaround around it, of course, and how to deal with it. And guys, were you affected in any?
I lost my whole Tuesday to this. Or
okay.
My Tuesday to this, for those that don't know, the issue was I believe the wonderful Ken did a pull request that actually corrected something that really should have been corrected before, which is when you tick I only want media or only want images on a media picker, it actually will only give you images, but only if you're using the default out of the box image media type. Whereas if you've got a custom one, it won't understand that that's an image. So he's fixed that, and it works really nicely. But then it broke Models Builder. If you're using Models Builder to have a strongly typed model, if you ticked I only want images before, it would return you specifically the image model. But if you've got custom properties, then it actually breaks it. In my case, it then changed by upgrading. It changed what value Umbraco returns. And then all of my models go, boo, that's not what we're expecting, give you nulls. But there's some workarounds, as you said. Stefan's done a nice blog.
Yeah, I've seen some chats on the community Slack as well, and on the GitHub, which is shared. The link which is shared on even by the Umbraco project on Twitter. We have some explanation and possible classes ready to be used to just deliver the same behavior as it was previously before the change was introduced. So glad that solution is already here, and then we just wanted to inform everyone that if it will break for you after the upgrade to the latest Umbraco 8.1.4, don't panic. Just use one of the workarounds for now.
I have a shameless plug as well. So I've updated my super value converters package to also fix this issue, but fixes it in a slightly different way. So if you're using that, you just need to update that, and it will also fix your instance.
Smooth.
So
I had to do
all
it.
All is fixed. Everyone's safe. Cool. So yeah, that's basically the big information. The second big information was that Script released a new issue this week, and with two great articles. I've read them straight after the release being announced. What about you guys? Did you have a chance to check the articles released in the Script 53?
I actually did not.
I've had a busy week. I've also not checked them.
Yeah, there is a great article by Laura about how we can save the world using Umbraco and GraphQL. It's an example of GraphQL community package and its usage with Umbraco to basically combine it all for the right purpose of saving the world and planting the trees. And also I've seen some movement. Probably Sebastian also decided to use some service to plant one tree to save the world outside of GraphQL and Umbraco in this case. And the other article is from Natasha from Perfect Group, so the Dutch friends, and it's about the double negative vision as a programmer. Really a cool article as well. Not technical and for the more safe and soft perspective, but as usual, great values, great articles on Script, and if you haven't catch up, just be sure to do it. Yeah, that's it. And the next announcement was from Umbraco itself, and it's a U profile from September. And we haven't been talking about it because it's from September 3rd, but one more Dutch friend, Arnold Visser, was awarded with the U profile of this month, and everyone can learn more about Arnold, about his activity in Umbraco community, his great car, which we had the pleasure to be driving in. Yeah, and everything, all the rest of activities, packages, and festival in Netherlands as well, right?
And helping out with the barbecue tonight. He's sorted all the food. He's been arranging that.
Ooh, multiple roles. Yeah, but big high five for Arnold and his all involvement in the community. But guys, if we are touched the festivals topic, and we have Rasmus today with us,
right.
Maybe we can then jump into the talks about festivals. And Rasmus, can you tell us more about your role and involvement in the festivals and Umbraco recently?
Right. Umbraco Festival is actually a pretty new concept to me. Since I've been using Umbraco for a couple of years, but I went to my first Sweden festival last year. Was arranged in Gothenburg by WebMind. It was a great festival, and we felt very inspired. It inspired us to become a gold partner because that's how much the community felt alive after that festival. And then we got the question from Hella at Umbraco. And also from Ellen, if we wanted to be a part of the Umbraco community in a bigger way and be involved in arranging festivals. So we got in touch with WebMind, and it's been a great ride so far. So we have a festival upcoming in 2 weeks, around?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks yesterday.
Jesus Christ, it's only 2 weeks.
It's very funny to see 3 organizers here stressed about 3 events ahead. Yeah, it's only 2 weeks. And I'm just.
Yeah, it's only 2 weeks away.
And but it's lining up to be a fantastic festival. We have a super strong speaker lineup with everything from Nils to obviously Callum, who's joining us as well, both during the conference day and hosting a workshop the day after. We've got Google coming, which is very exciting for us because it's a very nice collaboration partner. And they'll be speaking and inspiring about e-commerce and mobile commerce and the most important aspects of moving between retail stores and physical retail stores, and moving between and researching products on your phone before you buy, and then how do you need to interact with those customers. So it's going to be an absolutely fantastic talk.
And it's in a new city, right? So previously,
it's in a new city.
This is the third ever Swedish festival, and
Yes.
this is in your or Impera's hometown of Örebro. Have I said that right?
This is yes, it is. We're hosting it in Örebro, which is a mid-sized town here in Sweden, which is very nicely situated between Gothenburg and Stockholm and Oslo and Malmö. So it's a very convenient city to get to, and we have one of the main attractions, which is obviously the Swedish Örebro Castle, which is hosting the after party for the conference.
I am so excited about this.
And I am so jealous for it. So yeah.
That's incredible.
It's one of those things where we're very proud that we can use the castle for events like this. Obviously, some castles are just historical objects that you can interact with, but Örebro really embraces its castle and tries to host events and walk-arounds and historical museum parts of it. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a fantastic evening. It's going to be a fantastic day. Lots of speakers, lots of people coming. Easy to get to. Pretty cheap tickets. An amazing training offer. I'm basically sitting here pitching. I feel like instead of talking about
but if you're excited about it, then it's fine.
I am.
Yeah, that's for what we can obviously use it, because all of the channels which we can use for delivering the message to the community are important, and we all know how hard it is to maybe not only attract but also find people who are interested in events. And you said about tickets, they are still in sale.
They are still on sale. They'll be on sale until the next Friday, which is our printing deadline. So we're really stretching it as far as we can. The ticket sales include a 50% off for Umbraco official training, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Attending the event, if you're only attending for the day, you'll actually save more money by going to the event and meeting some people and then doing online training than just doing the online training. Yeah. So it's a great deal, and obviously learning the very hot topic of migrating between Umbraco 7 and Umbraco 8, which Callum is hosting a workshop the day after. Yeah. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited about that.
2 or 3 days, and a party at the castle. Just.
But to not only brag about it and talk about Sweden, because not everyone can be there. For example, me. But we have a lot of other events on the map, and then we have Danish festival in Denmark, hosted by Kraftwerk, and it's on September 27th. So it's another great event which we were mentioning last week, also with a great lineup and full set of amazing talks and people who will be sharing their knowledge there. So everyone from Denmark and who would like to visit Denmark and are able to visit Denmark then are of course always invited. And as it's a festival season, and Callum, you are also being involved in in a lot of those activities, then you are coming to Poland. Krakow, and as I am one of the organizers here, I can just say that during this week we've confirmed the full agenda. We have right now a really great set of talks from the .NET talks to .NET Core talks and microservices, through the Alexa Umbraco integrations, Elasticsearch providers for Umbraco, business talks, Lifehacker talks, and things like that. And of course, community, open source, and contributions talks delivered by Callum. One more great event, and we highly recommend you, if you are nearby or you want to visit Poland, to just be there as well.
I think we say this every time we talk about Poland Fest, but Krakow is well worth a visit. The city is really nice.
Oh,
and we also have Castle there, which we've tried to book. We tried to book it for one of the events, but it was so expensive that we decided not. But it's still possible to be visited the day after the festival, for example, and to the castle as well. And we've mentioned the Dutch festival a couple times. It's a new. I've visited the wrong side because it's the Dutch user group side. But yeah, the Dutch festival is next. It's on October 11th. we've been talking about it multiple times. One more time, great event, great lineup of talks and community members. And if you are active on Twitter and following Umbraco hashtags, you are probably seeing all of the great updates about talks and people who will be performing there. And last but not least, from this pack of festivals on the long list of upcoming events in this year, Callum, maybe you can tell us more about recent activities around Umbraco.
Yeah, I mean,
festival.
We've had a big couple of weeks with this. At the end of last week, we closed our voting, and for sessions, and I actually know everyone that's been accepted, and everyone that has been accepted knows as well. But we're not announcing it just yet. If you give us a couple of days, we'll put the full agenda up. I think you've seen it too, Marcin, and you'll hopefully agree with me. It's pretty kick-ass. We've a really nice lineup, so I'm getting more and more excited about this. We've workshop signups are still up there. Tickets are still for sale, so please let us know. But also, I think a really big thing that we've done this week, which isn't really been announced, but all of the meetup groups have been given a ticket to give away to their local community. This is designed so that if they probably know someone in their community that doesn't normally get the chance to go to the festival, and so this is a way of us giving them a ticket, and we're putting that decision into the hands of the meetup organizers. To be honest, all of this like voting and stuff is just because I'm lazy this year. I can't go and organize anything.
We are becoming older year by year, Callum, and more lazy.
Of course. It's more, we just want to make this really, really about the community. It's 10 years. So we want to see as many people there as possible. And please buy your tickets. Please come along. It'd be great.
I've used this amazing banner feature on our StreamYard tool to say that secure your tickets, support the organizers, and help them.
Smash the buy now button or whatever.
Help them sleep better, because we all know how it is. We all are trying to attract people to attend those events, and those events are made for people and made to make them happier and learn and to spread knowledge across those people and learn more from the people who are attending events, of course, because it's not only about speakers, because it's all about people who are there. So secure your tickets and attend those events. Cool, guys. So we can dive into the section where we can talk more about some other community activities and things being shared. And maybe let's start from one more event segue here, because Nathan and maybe that's a good opportunity to talk about it, because Nathan feels excluded from all the great activities on this part of the globe. So we are highlighting right now the event which he is maintaining and organizing and spreading the info about, which is a Brisbane Umbraco Unicorns group, which is gathering on September 19th to talk about cloud and V8 on the other side of the globe, down under, as it was said on the Australian festival.
And same name as the Belgian user group.
Yes, the same shortcut. That's why maybe it's not Umbraco user group, but Unicorns group. Maybe that's to divide those two. I don't know. Maybe they will be also fighting in court who is the owner of the shortcut. But talking about the next things is Paul Seal, who started an introduction series on YouTube called "How to Build a Website with Umbraco V8." And once again, everyone who knows Paul know how great materials are being shared by him, and everyone who wants to start his journey with Umbraco V8 can find something very useful there. And as this introduction, we are expecting more and more to come, and it's a great starting point for everyone who wants to learn Umbraco V8. And from the releases, besides Umbraco releases, we've seen Translation Manager, new release for Umbraco 8.1.4. Cultive Tabify with a small upgrade, which is hiding content app dropdowns thanks to community contribution as well.
I find this one really funny, just because like these, that drop down was added because the tabs weren't there to make it easy to navigate to a certain group. And now like and that came out of discussions with the community about how we could maybe just make it a little bit better. And then now a package comes along that removes it all. But it gives people a choice. It's good.
And interesting is that it's coming straight from the Umbraco HQ member to support the community who wants to see the back office without tabs. Sorry, with tabs and without the new default behavior, which is awesome. This is a great to see.
Flexible
We also, flexible CMS and friendly CMS for everyone. And we've also seen the information about T-commerce release. And it's something what I need to inform my team members about, because probably they miss this upgrade, but they need to upgrade as well. And guys, did you see anything else being shared? Oh, one more thing. Shield package also has a new version, which is upgraded by Joshua Richards. So that's all when it comes to packages. And I'm checking my list. One more call to action I have on my list. So Owen is preparing some blog posts about Umbraco MVPs and things like that, and he's calling to everyone who was awarded by MVP this year or renewed in this year to fill a short questionnaire. And I filled it just before going live here today. So everyone who was receiving an Umbraco MVP award, just visit this tweet, and we will place the link, of course, below underneath the video. And last but not least, some updates from other members. New hire in Umbraco Cloud team, and Sez is there. Callum, you've probably had an opportunity to meet Sez or
I don't know if I did.
No, that's
maybe not. HQ was quite quiet when I was there. Still summer holidays.
okay. Oh yeah, so that's a great opportunity to learn more about the new addition to the cloud team. And when we are speaking about Umbraco and its code, I don't know if you've seen this thread about ancient history about code base of Umbraco. And I've remembered the Codeplex version of Umbraco, but Jan and some HQ members, past and new, found the bigger history about Umbraco and SVN repository there, and it's very interesting to see how it evolved since then.
A post by Niels, I believe, really far down that explains it was on SourceSafe.
Yes.
Before, so it started on SourceSafe, and then it moved over to being hosted on Coplex, and then I think they changed to Mercurial and they dropped that, and then eventually moved over to GitHub or Git on Coplex, and then GitHub. I don't know. Long history. Scary hearing all of these old technologies being spoken about.
Yeah,
I'm sure someone out there still uses.
Are you guys using any of other than Git repositories? Rasmus, what about your team?
Oh God, we have a couple old SVNs still running, which we just haven't. I think it's one of those things where taking the effort and moving all the branches and just trying to structure up those old projects, it's going to be too big of a headache to deal with right now. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, it's one of those things we don't really like to think about, but mostly Git.
Yeah, someone's got one somewhere.
Yeah.
Subversion or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. And I have one more thing on my list, which is Javan's tweet about Cloudinary for Umbraco, and he asked if anyone has ever used it. I've never heard about this service, but maybe we can find someone here who is watching and umbraCoffee. Just ping Javan, and I think that it's some kind of idea or entry point to create a provider for iFile system.
Much like Tom, I've actually worked with their API before in V7, but I've never thought to create a file system provider. It would be good. We've only really got Azure and S3, maybe. Is the S3 one still working? S3. But it'd be cool to support some of these other providers.
Yeah, especially that moving to cloud is right now so popular, and more people are using very various cloud providers. It would be good to have an options, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's it from that's all from the list. So we can talk about anything else. Do you guys have anything else to add? Did we miss anything from this week?
I think that's kind of all the news. It's been a quieter week than maybe the past couple of weeks.
End of summer, children are going to school, stuff like that. And even the title of this episode is "Time for School." And it's time for us to learn more things by attending festivals and trainings and stuff like that, right?
You're so slick, Marcin. You're so slick.
You're very slick.
I'm getting better and better with every episode, and I'm more than sure that on episode 100 I will be speaking fluently in English, and doing magic behind my back.
Episode 100 is a good point because we're on 92 today. Are we 92? Yeah.
Yes. 92.
So we've got 8 weeks before the 100, and honestly, we don't have any plans for anything special to do. So if someone watching now could come up with a nice idea, I don't. What date is it even? I think it's the end of October.
I don't know too. I'm living day by day rather than looking so much forward in time. And I will miss the next 2 episodes because I'm on holiday for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, that's coming. And yeah, we still need to. We will have a lot of opportunities during the events to talk to you people who are here with us. Don't be afraid to reach us with any ideas. We are still looking forward to extend this whole idea of YouTube streams. We have a great new tool which has a magic toys and possibilities to spread banners. We've been talking about making an adverts here as well, right?
Yeah.
We can do some adverts.
Powered by.
Or something like that. Rented. We have those powers, so we'll be trying to evolve in the next year. But it's a lot of fun, and it's great to be with you here. And Rasmus, thank you very much for joining us and for sharing and doing a great work around Sweden Festival. We can all just keep fingers crossed for filling the attendees list on all of the festivals upcoming, and wishing you all great time there.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself, and I really encourage everybody to who, if you haven't been to a festival before, if you haven't been to an event, it's such a great opportunity to meet other industry professionals and people in the same situation that you are. Really looking forward to meeting new people, getting to know the community more.
They're great fun. Just more from my perspective, I don't really go for the talks. I actually generally go to talk with people.
I totally agree.
A positive side effect of being in the really great crowd of like-minded people that you can totally not expect anything, but sometimes a small chat in the queue while waiting for a coffee or something else might result in the great cooperation project, new work, and stuff like that. That's probably what I love the most about events as well. So yeah, we're all looking forward to it. We will see each other on those events sooner or later, and we'll be, of course, or you, Callum, will be talking about it for sure in the next umbraCoffee episode on the next Friday. So see you all next Friday, and thanks, Rasmus, once again.
Thank you.
You're going to have a nice limited edition mug.
Oh yeah.
Which reminds me, if we owe anyone a mug that's watching, please tell us. Because we've got I'm making a list, and it's like 100 people, and I don't know who to contact.
It's a good opportunity. Final call to action. Probably, if you are still watching us right now, and we can see that 21 people are still watching. Remind us if we owe you a mug.
Yeah, we owe you one. We've got a new shipment coming, so we want to get rid of them.
And great ending. Once again, have a great rest of the day and weekend, guys, and see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.